Hello, students. Welcome to another live stream. This is Ielts Insider. I am your teacher, Robin Shaw, and today we are going to talk about vocabulary. Well, 10 words and expressions about money. That is the topic today. So, the topic is money. I think this is a topic everyone likes to talk about. So, we're going to learn how to express money in your IELTS writing and speaking. And I'll teach you a lot of vocabulary and how to use it. And of course, at the end, there will be some homework. Before we get started, we'll just allow a minute for the late students to come in. Let's check the chat. Layla's here. She says, these days we really need to know about money and vocabulary. Okay, great. Yes, everyone needs to know. Money, talking about money is very important because you never want to make a mistake. If you make a mistake expressing money or counting money, you are going to make people angry. And you might get hurt if it's a lot of money. For me, I'm not familiar with using English money. This lesson will help me and increase my knowledge. Yes, it will. Yeah, I did I think the last live stream I did was last Saturday. So I'm back. Sleepwalker's here. Oh, well. I know a little more about Sleepwalker from her writing, but I won't talk about that now. Okay, you are talking amongst each other, so I will skip ahead. Lavagna's here. Hello, Lavagna. Welcome, everyone. There. Lavagna 5. What does the 5 mean? Okay, let's get into the topic of money. Everyone's excited because we're talking about money. Let's put me over there. All right, so in this lesson, we're going to talk about how to write or express money in your writing. We're going to learn the vocabulary. We're going to do the vocabulary check, and then I will give you homework as usual. Please do the homework. And I can see Ali Haidar, welcome. That doesn't look like English. Ali, let's use English in the chat. And these are the 10 words and expressions we're going to learn. Salary, income, expensive, earn money, make money, spend money, profit, debt, vast sums. And at number 10, I put in a big word for you to learn, exorbitant. So we'll learn that. All right, how to write money. If we look at this $450, what is wrong with this? Tell me in the chat what's wrong. You know, every country, well, your country may have their own system for writing money using periods and commas, and but we have to use the system in English, what America and the UK and the rest of the business world use for writing money. So yeah, I can see right away. Julio, hello. Sleepwalker comes in. It's very important that that dollar sign, that means dollars, comes in the front. It could be euros, pounds, anything. That money symbol must come in the front before the number. All right, not after. So sometimes even in Korea here, students will write it after. No, we have to put it in front. So, and if we're writing in, if we're writing on the IELTS, the average price rose to $450 in 1997. What am I talking about? I don't know what the average price is. Make sure you write your dollar sign before the money. All right. No exceptions. Don't write it after. Never. And in your writing, you might have a big number like this. It could be money or it could just be a number. How would we write this big number in your writing? You don't want to write 3 comma 400 comma 00. So how can we shorten that in your writing? Let me know. Layla already increased her money to $459. Way to go, Layla. You're making money on the live stream. 450 euros. Good. Julio 450. Yeah. And yeah, Lavanya. Money signed in the front. So what's the short way to write 3,400,000? Sleepwalker comes in with 3,400K. Not quite, not quite. We want to use the word million. K, we would focus on thousand, and K is kind of slang, so we don't really want to use K. I know K is very common to mean thousand, but in formal writing, we kind of want to stay away from using K. That's more of a simple term, casual term. I want to say slang for money, slang symbol for money. No, this is too short. Again, we're not talking about K means thousand. We're not talking about thousands here. So right there, Anna Maria has the correct answer. We want to write 3.4 millions. But you put a capital letter on million. We don't want to put a capital letter on million. All right, so let's take a look. 3.4 million with a small m. The CEO makes $2.2 million a year. That's how you would write it. Again, these are short ways. These are, you can write these in any other way, any other writing, but on your Ielts, I want you to write it only this way. I don't want you to make it too short. I want you to write it 3.4 million, or if you're talking about money, $2.2 million with a dollar sign like that. I want you to write it like that for your Ielts writing. Okay. So in part one, task one, we might have a chart like this. We're not going to go into too much detail about the chart. So on the left side, going up, it says US dollars in millions. So you got to be careful. This chart is asking you to express money. And then, well, it's the money spent on books in Germany, France, Italy, and Austria. So you got to be able to think on the left side, US dollars in millions. So $10 million, $20 million, $30 million, going up to $100 million. Anna Marie comes in quickly with period not comma. That's right. You want that dot. 3.4, not a comma. So we shouldn't use comma. Well, what does it say, students? Did I use a comma? No. Comma is for the full number, and the short form will use a period. Well, it's the point, the dot. All right, so we're given this chart. We have to express money in our writing because the chart is talking about money, and we have to do some comparing about money between the countries. So in your writing, I'm not going to go over this in too much detail, but here is the writing task one. They're talking about money. You can read it in detail later, but I do want you to focus on the yellow parts where it says 80 German people in the second paragraph. German people spent the most money on books over the entire period, ranging from $80 million to about $95 million. That is how you express money. Later on in the second paragraph, they have about $75 million in 2005. In the third paragraph, it says Italy's total fluctuated between 50 and $60 million. So they're writing out the number 50 and 60 and dollars. So there's another way to express it. No symbols, no short way, just write out the numbers 50 and $60 million. And at the end, finished at a little over $70 million. So this is how you want to express money in your writing for IELTS. So 80 million to about 95 million. I'd put a dollar sign before 95 million, like they do in the writing. Don't forget the dollar signs. All right, let's get into the vocabulary. Some of the vocabulary is easy, you already know, but there are some new expressions you will learn. So let's take a look here. The first one's salary. And the orange part is what the word means. So money that employees, the workers, receive for doing their job. So if you are a professional, you're working at a company or something, you will get a salary. Usually the salary is given you sometimes uh, every week, every 2 weeks, but I think the most common period in which you get your salary is 1 month, every month. For me, I get my salary every month. And then you can calculate, as you can see in the example sentence, he has an annual salary of $40,000. An annual. The entire year salary calculated is $40,000. So the salary is a little different than a wage. I didn't put wage here, but I'm going to talk about it. If you're working a part-time job, sometimes lower level jobs pay a wage, which means you're paid per hour. Uh, so every country has a minimum wage. I think in Korea it's about $10 per hour. So if I was working at the restaurant, I would make $10 per hour. And then they're going to calculate how many hours I work, and that's what they're going to pay me. That's a wage. Salary, again, is for more professional job. So again, I'll ask the chat, hey, everyone, what's your annual salary? You don't have to tell me. I'm not going to tell you. Anyway, example sentence. He has an annual salary of $40,000. Let's look at the next sentence. Their basic salary is not enough to live on. Okay, so we use the term live on, which means to survive every month, to pay the bills, to pay for your food and clothing, transportation. So their basic salary is not enough to live on, which is sad. And she has a high salary. So we usually express salary as a high salary or a low salary. So that's salary. And of course, let's practice a little speaking. Everyone repeat after me. Salary, salary. And Lavanya comes in. Korea salary high. If you're comparing to, every country has different average salary. But the cost of living, which we studied in a previous vocabulary video, the cost of living is very different in every country. So, yeah, Korea, you can make a higher salary, but the cost of living is very expensive, especially about housing. So, I think uh, a country like Japan might have a very high salary, but also the cost of living is very, very high in Japan. So, although your salary might be, for me, if I was teaching in Japan, my salary might be higher in Japan, but certainly I can save more money in Korea. So, it's not always about salary. We have to consider cost of living. What about the world wage? I don't think there's a world wage yet. The UN will have to decide that. Yes, I guess Korean salaries are higher. A decent wage, yeah, you can get a decent means good wage. The lowest salary in Saudi Arabia is about $250. It's not enough to live on. Well, is that a salary for a job, a professional job? No, wage does not mean salary. Wage is usually calculated per hour. So a lower level job, I don't want to say, uh, if you're just working in a restaurant or a gas station, or usually university students, or in some countries high school students, they work these part-time jobs. They're not going to get a monthly salary. They're just going to get a wage. So if you work 10 hours, you're paid exactly for that 10 hours, a certain wage rate. Salary is for the professional people. You have a career, you have a job, you go to the company every month. Uh, they will give you your salary. No, wage, fees, salaries, these do not all mean the same. A fee is that's for a service. So if I'm a barber or hairstylist, I might charge a certain fee for my service. But these are certainly in the same family. Cost of living is a lot. It's going up, increasing, or skyrocketing. Every country. Yes, each country has a different of standard salary. I would say each. You say each country. I would say each company has a different standard of what the salary is going to be. Yes, this official salary, especially for the people who work for small companies. My country gives 8 hour salary only, not hours salary, not a wage. Again, if you're working full time at a company, you're probably going to get a salary. If you're working part time, you're probably going to get a wage. And each country has a minimum wage. All right, let's move on to the next word. Remember these words. I'm going to check them later with our test. Let's move on to income. Let's look at the orange part. The money that a person, a region, a country, etc., earns from work, from investing, money from business. Okay, so it is similar to salary, but it is so much more. It means so much more. So income is considered the total money that you are getting. Now, on a personal level, you can have a salary and maybe you have some investment. So all of this together will be the money income. It's your income. Companies, they have a company makes money, but we'd never say a company has a salary. A company always has an income, or we'll talk later about their profits, the money coming in. So think of salary, just your job, but your income can be your job, but it can also include investment or other ways you make money. When do we use the word wage or salary to express fee? Well, if you get fee, if you are, if I'm fixing your car and I'm just going to charge you a fee to fix your car, uh, so I'm the company. I own the car center that's going to fix your car. I'm the owner, so I'm going to set the fees for the customer, and you got to pay. And that's my income. All the money coming in is my income. I will pay the worker, the full-time worker, I will give him a salary. And the part-time workers, I will just give them a wage. All the money that a company received is income, yes. And all the money that a person receives is income. I didn't know the difference between salary and income before. I only thought they are well, they are similar because a salary is a form of income, but income is can mean so many can have many sources. You could have a salary as a source of income. You could have property rents as a source of income. You can have a YouTube channel as a source of income. If I'm just an employee without any investments, my salary is the only income I have. That is correct. So your salary is your only income if you have no investments. Abdullahi Yusuf, to tell to me the difference between economy and economics. That's not the topic of today's live stream. If you have a question about what we're teaching, I'll help you out. But certainly, Abdullahi, those are easy dictionary words. You could just go in the dictionary and find the answer in 30 seconds. If you do find the answer, bring back some example sentences using economy and economics, and I'll tell you if they're correct. I tried to work hard with many different types of ways to increase my income. Is it correct? Yes. So, uh, the government often gives, in around the world, if someone is hurt in an accident or they're fired from the job, the government might give some uh, financial benefit or welfare. That could also be income, a source of income, but it's not a salary. It's not a salary. If the government is giving you money or insurance is giving you money, that is not a salary. You only get a salary from a company. All right, let's look at some more examples. His parents have a combined annual income of less than $35,000. Okay, so good expression. Combined. We're talking of parents, two people, combined annual, good word to use, annual income of less than $35,000. And they lived on the rental income from the property. Okay, so in the last sentence, there's no salary. They don't have a salary. They are only living from rental income from the property. They have some property, maybe an apartment, house, I don't know. They have some renters, and the renters are paying every month. So that is rental income. Lavanya, my business only gives me more income. What do you mean, Lavanya? They give you a salary or a wage or fees? Ali, household income is changed country by country. Yes, in the country, Household income changes by household by household. Every house has different income. Total income. Your total income. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to third word, expensive. I think most people familiar with expensive. I decided to throw in a couple easy words, but if you don't, let's take a look. So the orange part says costing a lot of money, expensive. The new regulations are likely to be very expensive for employers. The policy was an expensive mistake, so it's used as an adjective. And the reason I brought up expensive, because actually I want to focus on the opposite word of expensive. What is the opposite word of expensive? That's the question, chat. What's the opposite word of expensive? Then what about allowance? Okay, good question. Allowance. Allowance is usually it can be from the government. A government can give an allowance, but usually that's from parents to children, some money every week or every month. Parents are just giving their children some money, but it can also be from the government. Good question, but not from a company. You mean it could given to someone without working? Yes. All right. So this is why I talked about expensive, because what's the opposite word? And right away, Sleepwalker comes in with cheap. Layla comes in with cheap. Anna Maria comes in with cheap. And Julio comes in with cheap. This is IELTS. Don't you have a better word than cheap? Come on, cheap. I thought you guys just want band 4. Come on, we want band 7. Ramadan, Ahmad. Dubai city is so expensive. Every major city is expensive. Seoul is an expensive. Every city is expensive. All right, here we go. Julio wants band 7. And Sleepwalker wants band 7. So yeah, that's mainly why I brought in expensive. When we're having a conversation, we like to use the word cheap. Cheap is a great word. Cheap means the opposite expensive. But on your IELTS, always think bigger, okay, with your vocabulary. Now, cheap is the easy word, but let's use inexpensive. That makes you sound like a better writer, and you know more vocabulary. I want my students saying inexpensive on the IELTS speaking or writing, not cheap. Low price. This is a low priced. You would have a D on that, like Layla put here. Low priced. Uh, Inexpensive still sounds better than cheap. Lavanya, we want inexpensive. Deep price. So we can't say a deep price. You can say low priced. Safari. Hi, Robin. This is Trilock. Trilock. It says Safari Ride. Watching you from India. Hello. Lots of people from India. I've been to India 3 times. Everyone's welcome. Nice to meet you. Inexpensive. Yes. How about costly? Well, that's a good word too. There's a lot of synonyms for there's a lot of synonyms for expensive, and there's a lot of synonyms for inexpensive. But my favorite is inexpensive. But costly, yeah, that could work. That would be, I think, costly. Depends what you're talking about. Would be better than cheap. Poor, we wouldn't say poor is a little bit different meaning than inexpensive. I would say Inexpensive. Affordable, that would be the opposite of that's a good word though. Thanks, Ali. Everyone's going to bring in all these synonyms, but certainly affordable is a good word to use. I would be very happy if my student used affordable in their IELTS writing or speaking. That is a good word to use. Low price, no, we want to use inexpensive or affordable. These are increase your vocabulary. All right, so that's why I brought up expensive. Expensive is easy, but let's focus on the opposite too. All right, let's move on to earn money. In the orange part there, it says to get money for work that you do. He earns about $40,000 a year. So, what is earn? To get money for work. All right. So, when you earn something, you are working hard to get it. All right. Something is not given to you. So, for example, if you play the lottery and you scratch and I won $1 million, you did not earn that. Well, you made that money, but earning is associated more with you're working hard to get the money at a job. So he earns about $40,000 a year. And we're talking about money, but you can earn other things. For example, you earned a band 7 score on IELTS. So if I said you earned that score, that means you worked hard to get that score. You deserve that score. They're not going to give you the score. You have to earn it. You have to study and work hard to get that. Reasonable. That's a good word. Not for earn money, but for the previous vocabulary. I like that, Lavanya. Reasonable. When you work to get money for a living, we would say a living. Yes. Receive money. So there you go. There you go, Layla. You're one step ahead of me. She earned a living as a part-time secretary. Okay, so she earned a living. That was her job. That's how she made her salary. That was her income. Now she earned a living as a part-time secretary. So you earn a living. You got to work to survive in this world, to make money to survive. You earn a living. Everyone has to earn a living. And the last, his victory in the tournament earned him $50,000. So his victory, he won in some sort of tournament, some sort of championship game. He earned $50,000. Why? Because he probably trained for that, practiced for that. He spent a lot of effort, and he went into the tournament and he won whatever he was doing. So he earned that $50,000. He was not lucky. He was not lucky. You earn a living. Yes. You receive money. You earn a living. Noted. I earned, past tense, so not anymore, a living as a part-time translator. Yep, that would be correct. That means you made money to survive. We make that would be an idiom, Mernawati, make ends meet. That is correct. That is a good idiom to use. But remember, for IELTS writing, we do not want to use idioms. So I'm not going to teach that right now. That's a good question or a good idiom for Sunday. All right, let's move on to make money. So you earn money, you can also make money. Now, make money means, if you look at the orange, to earn money. So it can mean the same as to earn money, but it has so much more ways. You earn money by working a job, but you can make money from your job, but other things. So to make a profit. So the example there, he made a lot of money in the stock market. We wouldn't say he earned a lot of money in the stock market because you're not really working in the stock market. It is an investment. And when your investments go up, we don't earn that money, we make that money. And again, the lottery, you're going to make money. Uh, um, how else can we make money without working? Make money versus save money. Well, you got to make money and save money. You need to make money before you can save money. Excuse me. Now, if we go back and each time I say earns, he earns about $40,000 a year. I can say he makes about $40,000 a year. So earn and make can be direct synonyms. But again, make has is going beyond the job. It's going beyond making other ways to get an income. Oh, thanks, Robin. So we must use a common or educational word. Yes, yes, or nawari. Especially for writing, stay away from idioms and slang. He profited a lot of money. Yeah, you can profit. I'm going to talk about profit later. You make money. You make money. You make money online. Okay, let's look at another example. The company is making no money. So this would mean the company has no they're not making a profit. He raised a lot of money in the stock market. No, Sleepwalker, we would say he made a lot of money in the stock market. We're not going to use raise money. Raise money is if I have a project and I need donations from other people, then I would raise that money, or I need investors, I would raise that money. That's a different meaning that I'm not talking about today, but it's you're going to make money. The thief made a lot of money when the police caught him. Now, there's a problem with this sentence because you're saying when the police caught the thief made money somehow by the police catching him. I'm not sure how the thief made money because the police caught him. So the thief had made a lot of money by the time the police caught him. That would be we would fix up the grammar like that. Losing money equals making no money. Yes, the company is losing money. That is correct. They're making no money. All right, let's look at the third example here. The investors made money on the new deal, so they had some profit. Like that. Okay, so just I wanted you to know the difference between earn money and make money. Earn, you're working hard. Nothing is easy when you're earning something. But make money can also include earn, but it can be other easier ways to get money. Is making money a part of earning money? Yes, but they're not the same. All right, let's go to spend money. To give money as a payment for something. She spends a lot of money on clothes. What, chat, you tell me, what do you spend a lot of money on? The thief had thrown away a lot of money by the time the police caught him. Yeah, that could work. I made a lot of money when I won the lottery. Yes. What do you spend a lot of money on? I spend a lot of money on coffee. I guess that's my biggest expense. Because every day I go out to buy a cup of coffee. That's where I spend most of my money. The meaning of making money is extensive of earning money. Yes. As is income is more extensive than salary. I spend a lot of money on fruits. Yeah, fruit. Me too, actually. Because I buy pineapples and bananas. That's expensive. Gold biscuits make money. Selling gold biscuits. What is a gold biscuit? Hendrik, I spend a lot of money for PS5. Yes, your PlayStation 5. I spend a lot of money sneakers, coffee, and concerts. So I spend a lot of money for sneakers. Got to put an S, sneakers, comma, coffee, comma, and concerts, period. I spend a lot of money for drawing, on drawing. Okay, I spend a lot of money on drawing tools. Yes. I spend a lot of monthly money to buy all the household necessities, such as food. Yes, I understand you, Mernawati. I understand that. Who drops a lot of money? I don't think many people drop a lot of money. You spend money. Drop would be drop it on the street. Okay, let's look at our next example. We've just spent, so past tense, we've just spent, and there we have our money, $1.9 million. That's how we write money on improving our computer network. And the government, here it is as a noun. Now, this is why I bring in spend money. The government is trying to control spending as a noun. Noun, verb ing, spending. They're trying to control spending. So that'll come up later. Remember, we have a test later, so remember this vocabulary. You want to control spending. You want to increase spending, decrease spending at an official level. Household spending, you could also use. We want to control our household spending. I spent a lot of money paying debts. We don't usually say spend for debt. You pay debts. We don't spend. Spend is when you're buying some item or a service, but debt, we don't spend money for debt. Interesting. I spend a lot of money on car fuel. Yes. What is the difference between much money and a lot of money? Well, much money and a lot of money, that means the same thing. So, Mernawati, that means exactly the same thing. But on an Ielts test, you don't want to say much money. You don't want to say a lot of money. You want to use a better word. What's a better word that, chat, what's a better word that Mernawati could use instead of saying much money, a lot of money? I'm going to talk about these words later. Well, donate is not spend. You donate. That's a verb. You donate money. You pay off your debt. That's a good word. You pay off your debt. You pay off your loan. Hendrik, don't worry about gerund. Just know that spending is used here as a noun. It's a verb and a noun. We should use spent, spend. Spend is the present tense, and spent is the past tense. Yep. So she spends. So the first sentence is a routine. In routine, we use present simple tense. The second example, she just spent. That is past tense. Some companies is spend. No, some companies spend a lot of money for Arch. What's Arch? Big money. Oh, Sleepwalker, you don't want to say big money. Sounds like broken English. Big money, small money. No, no. Getting better. We'll talk about this later. A huge number of money. We'll talk about this later. I got some words to use. Considerable money. Yeah, that could work. All right, let's move on to profit. Profit is money that is earned in a business. So this is definitely a business word. Profit. That is the extra money that the business has. That's what they're making. So in our example sentence, a year ago, the Tokyo company had a pre-tax profit of 35 million yen. Pre-tax, before tax. That was their profit. The company increased its profits. So total profits. It has a lot of income. It's getting a lot of income, and it's making money. It has profit. The company made a healthy profit on the deal. So we're using an adjective here, healthy profit, which means good profit. That's a very good profit if it's a healthy profit. Banks have huge profits. That is correct. And I would say, Anna, I would say banks have considerable profits. So you should have used your previous word. Banks have considerable profits. I made a profit for my business. I made a profit. My business made me a profit. I made a profit from my business, not for my business. From my business. This year, my company profits less. You got to put an S because your company is it, and on your verb you need that S. It profits less than last year. Layla, profit is a noun. Yes. You can use profit as a verb. A lot of these words are used. I didn't go because I didn't want to spend too much time on each word, but a lot of these words are used in many grammar forms and parts of speech. And I didn't talk about all of them. So I don't make this rule because these words can be used multiple ways. I like considerable better. Incredible profits. Incredible would be sales profits. You gain, yeah, you could use gain. I don't make a lot of profit from drawing, so if your drawing is a business, you could use profit, but it's not really. Profit is more for companies and businesses. So I would say I don't make a lot of money for my drawing from drawing. Yeah, Mernawati, the company forced employees to make money to increase its profit. Now, good job, Mernawati, because you brought in an excellent sentence that you might actually use on an IELTS exam. And it's good. Good job. I'm impressed. No, no, Layla, I don't want you. Don't start asking those questions. That's a whole different video. No, Don't use it as a synonym for earn. Of course, profit is earn is about working to get something. Profit is a business word for companies. Uh, focus what I'm teaching you in the lesson. Don't I know you're eager to learn everything, but that's not where I want you to focus right now because it gets a little more complicated than you can imagine. We need to rethink our company's strategy to get bigger profits. Good job, Sleepwalker. That is an IELTS sentence. Profit can be interest and dividends. That could be those can be income that can lead to a profit. Yes. Okay, let's move on to number 8. Debt. I always talk about debt. Anna Maria says because debt is very important, especially the pronunciation. Again, listen to me. You see, there's a B there, but that B is silent. Everyone repeat debt, debt. And again, an amount of money that somebody owes. I need to pay off. There we go. We pay off. I need to pay off all my debts. Debts. Did you pay off all your debt? Are you in debt? This year, my company has a good profit. Yep, that's perfect, Lavanya. End of the live stream will be profit to IELTS. Well, we're talking about money. You might want to use valuable to my IELTS score. I finally cleared all my debts. So pay off the debt. You can clear your debt. No more debt. It's clear. It's zero. And the company had debts of over $1 million. Again, look how we express $1 million. Dollar sign, 1 million. That's how we're going to write, how we're going to express it in the IELTS exam. No, I am not in a debt. We don't say a debt. We could just say I'm not in debt. I am lucky. I'm not in debt. I'm in debt. Yes, credit cards are an easy way to get a lot of debts. Yes. All right, let's move on to number 9. There we go. Vast amounts. Vast sums. Oh, she app comes in. Now I'm free from debt. Good express. Free from debt. All right, vast amounts or vast sums. Something that is vast is extremely large. So we can use vast for other expressions not about money, but this lesson is focusing on money. So the people who have taken our advice have saved themselves vast amounts of money or vast sums of money. You can use vast amounts or vast sums. Both are okay to mean much money or a lot of money. But I don't want you to use much money or a lot of money. I want you to say vast sums of money or vast amounts of money. All right. That's why I'm teaching this. So you don't use a lot of and you don't use much. If you buy a house, you usually get in debt. Yes. He is drowned in a large amount of debt. Yeah, we use drowned. That's more of an idiomatic expression. You drown in debt. I spend all my time earning money, even on weekends, as I have to pay my debts. Oh, is this true, Mernawati? Vast amounts of profit. Yes, you can have vast amounts of profit. Again, profit. There's so many different adjectives you could use for profit. Let's look at our next example. He is paid vast sums of money for his time. Again, vast amounts of money or vast sums of money. Both of those expressions have an S. I am not paid a vast amount of money for my time. All right, and let's go to number 10. The last word is the most difficult word you're going to learn in this lesson today. It's difficult not because of its usage, but because you got to spell it. If you use it in your writing, make sure you spell it correctly. Exorbitant. Remember how to spell it. Exorbitant. Exorbitant. That's how you say it. Exorbitant. Exorbitant. The price is too high. Too high. It's a good hotel, but the prices are exorbitant. Too high. That would mean very, very high price. The interest charged on most credit cards is exorbitant. And landlords are demanding exorbitant rents these days. Banks' profits are exorbitant. That is correct. That's the truest sentence in this live stream. We need a vast amount of money to provide for this company. To provide, you don't provide for a company. We need a vast amount of money to survive, for this company to keep going. We are paid of magister school. I'm not sure what a magister school is, but the prices are exorbitant. Ramdan, can you rewrite that? I'm a little confused. What's exactly? But the prices are exorbitant. I understand that part, but the beginning, I'm a little confused. Okay. Let's move on. Exorbitant. Remember how to spell that. We need a vast amount of money to invest in this company. Yeah, that could work. The goods in that mall are exorbitant. Yeah, maybe they're selling Louis Vuitton or Gucci or something like that. House prices are exorbitant. It's too difficult to earn enough money to pay them. Yep. Okay, check up one. She was offered a blank of $50,000 a year. So, of our vocabulary and expressions today, what word or words could I put in there? The market bill is exorbitant. Yes. So we're starting off easy. So Sleepwalker says a salary on the Ielts test. You would be wrong because is already given. You only needed one word. You wrote two words. You lost the point. So if you're doing listening and you wrote a salary, yeah, you would lose the point. Salary, okay. We have to pay a vast amount of money to stay at the luxurious hotels for several days because the price is exorbitant. Yes, Mernawati, that is correct. That's a good sentence. Layla comes in with salary, Julio's salary, and I understand. I got to be picky. Salary. And the correct answer is salary. She was offered. We don't know if she took the job. The company's offered her a salary of $50,000 a year. She can take that offer or reject that offer. We don't know. Number two, from mid 2019 to mid 2020, StarTech paid $30 billion. See how they write $30 billion in dividends amounting to 14% of something. What word or possible? There could be multiple words that could go here. Sleepwalker income amounting to so grammatically we cannot put income. So amounting to 14% of its income would be possible. Profit. Profit, income. Well, the correct answer is profits. Yeah, it's a confusing sentence. I got this from I think I got it from the newspaper. Star Trek paid $30 billion in dividends amounting to 14% of its profits. So that company got profits and it paid off in stock dividends to the stock owners. And of its total profit, those dividends were 14% of its profits. Number 3, the apps offer infrastructure to tackle delivery while simultaneously employing suspect practices like charging blank fees to the restaurants that use the services. Dividends is a new vocabulary. That's a stock vocabulary. They're probably not going to use that on an IELTS test. That dividends. They might, but I don't think so. Okay, so what word or words are possible here? The apps offer infrastructure to tackle delivery while simultaneously employing suspect practices like charging fees to the restaurants that use the services. Vast amount. Employing suspect practices like charging vast amount. We would say vast amount of. So grammatically, it's not going to work. Like charging vast amount of fees. So this is where I check your spelling. Oh, spelling looks good. And yeah, that would be the correct word. So on IELTS, again, they're going to give you a lot of information. Now this is a good example of IELTS test. They're going to give you so much information, and you got to understand what's happening in the sentence, but sometimes you're not going to understand what's happening in the sentence. So you can only go, okay, what word is grammatically going to fit? And vast amounts, we would say vast amounts of. If we're just looking for one word, exorbitant would be great. So yeah, those quotes are so complex. That's what James and I are trying to tell you. When you take the IELTS test, they want to overwhelm you. They will, no matter how long you study for the IELTS test. When you sit down for the IELTS test, you will be overwhelmed with so much information in the listening and the reading. It's just an overwhelming amount of information, and they're testing you. When you get this overwhelming information, can you, if it's reading, can you scan or skim to find the information quickly? If it's listening, are you able to ignore information is not important? So yeah, it's just a skill you need to practice before the IELTS exam. They're going to give you complicated sentences, and you got to be able to figure them out you might not understand them 100%, but little tricks here and there can help you find your information. Exorbitant fees. So the fees are too big. That's all it means. They're charging exorbitant fees. They're charging too much high fees to the restaurants to use that service. Okay, number 4. My job is to pump up one balloon at a time and small blank as much money as possible. Anna Maria comes in with earn. There's nobody else watching. Put your answer in the comments. Oh, I should say, remember to like the video. Everyone, take 10 seconds, hit like if you haven't already. Make. Shehab comes in and make as much money as possible. Earn, I guess. All right. Well, make. Now I put the word earn. If you use the word make, that's okay too. That's correct. No problem with make. But I used earn because he says my job is to pump up one balloon at a time. So he's making these balloons one at a time. Sounds like maybe it's a little difficult job. Like he's really has to work. So earn is a good word, but if you said make, that's fine too. That's fine. Income, and income is not a verb, so we cannot use income here. This is not a verb. This is a noun, so we needed a verb here. He needs to earn the money or make the money. Okay, let's go on to number 5. Oh, this is just a headline you will see on the internet. 25 ways to money online. You're going to see this every day on the internet. Every application. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. This is the most common headline. There we go. I think everyone agrees. You've all seen this headline. Definitely, it's going to be make money online. Since the headline, so it should be a capital letter. Did anyone write a capital letter? Nobody wrote a capital letter. Everyone wrote a small. It's a headline. In titles, we can use titles often use capital letters. So this is a title, 25 ways. This is not an IELTS example. No, it is not an IELTS example. Layla, I throw in some easy ones. Whenever I make a lesson, I have some difficult vocabulary and sentences, but I also try to balance it out with some easier vocabulary and sentences. We have, everyone is at a different level. Eunice, hi there. Hello, Eunice. You are late. Eunice, you are not interested in money. Good for you, man. Good for you. It takes a certain type of person to not be interested in money. So that's why Eunice is late. He's like, money, I don't care about that topic. But Sleepwalker and Layla and Anna Maria and Shehab and Julio and Mernawati and everyone else, you really care about money. Ramdan, Lavanya, they all care about money. That's why they're here. Number 6. Common types of blank owed by individuals and households include mortgage loans, car loans, credit card blank, and income taxes. We have 2 blanks. What word goes in both blanks? It could be the same word. It could be a different word. I don't know. Put your answer. We need easy examples to English is still possible to understand. Yes, exactly. I don't want to give you a full IELTS test every week. You'd go crazy. Nobody would watch. I'm going to wait for a few more answers. Mm, common types of profit owned by individuals or households, and households include mortgage loans. Mortgage is not a profit. Car loans, that is not a profit. Credit card, income taxes, this is not making money. This is losing money. You're paying here. I'm interested in, oh no, Eunice, you are above us all. All right. Well, we just need to say debt. Now, common types of debts, some of you put a plural. I'm not sure the actual rule on that. Let me check. Bang, bang, bang. Because I see a lot of people write debt and debts. All right, so debt can be used plural form, but it is also used sometimes as uncountable, which it makes it more confusing. So, yeah, common types of debt as an uncountable form or debts as a countable form. It is used both ways. Common types of money, we would call it debt. Unless Eunice is here because he's in debt. He's like, oh, I got to be here for the debt part. Yeah, so am I, Myrnawati, but I'm checking now. It can be used as an uncountable noun. It can be used plural form with an S. I would have to need more time to research that to give an exact answer. I don't know the rules for debt. Anyway, we're talking about debt or debts, house, your individual or household mortgage. You got to pay the bank. You're in debt. You bought your house. You got a mortgage, car, a loan, credit card, debt. That's all debt, debt, debt. Remember the pronunciation debt. Don't say that B. It is debt. Number 7. It is a standard economic assumption that a firm will attempt to maximize its something. Income. Companies are not interested in maximizing income. Profit, 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 profit. I'm interested in English. Okay. Income. I have profits. Now, it's very important to understand that income doesn't mean profit. So, if my household income is $10, but my bills are $11, I make no profit. So, income doesn't mean you can save money. Income doesn't mean you make profit. Income just means money coming in. But then you got bills going out. Profit is the extra money. So companies are interested in not the income, they're interested in the profit. And you can say profit as singular as just one profit, but usually when we're talking about companies, they have different forms of profits. So if you're talking about a company and it came up earlier, we want to use profits with an S. If we're talking about a small individual, I sold my car, I made a lot of profit. Like a one time sale, I made a lot of profit. But big companies, we want to express it with profits. Profits. Because every month there's profit, every week, throughout the year, there's different kinds of profits like that. We're going to use it plural. Still confused? You got to ask the question so I can answer. What's the question? We need to know the sentence in journal at least to be able to guess the right word. Well, this is common in business. Businesses, companies, they all want to maximize profits. That's their goal. That's the goal of every business in the world. Maximize profits. Company's goal is to have maximum profits. Yes. Number 8, 2 words. The government has blank $1.9 billion on defense this year alone. It needs to reduce its defense something. And now I know when to use profit and profit. So big companies use profits, but individually, one-time event, profit. You sold your house. Did you make any profit? Just one item. All right, I'm waiting for some answers. These are 2 different words. It is not the same word. It is not the same word. It is a different. Okay. So we got 2 words here. The government has debt. So grammatically, we would say we need a verb in the first sentence. Debt is not a verb. It needs to reduce its defense salary. The government doesn't get a salary. So, Layla, both of these are going to be wrong, and you're going to be frustrated. This is difficult. This is not easy. Shy of, no, we didn't study shy of. Just shy of. You still need a verb. You need to. What's the verb? Debt, spend. has spent, okay, the government has spent $1.9 billion on defense this year alone. Okay, I like that. It needs to reduce its defense debt. That could work. And no, no. Anna Marie is using just shy of the idiom I taught on another video. Has earned. Okay, that's possible. It needs to reduce its defense income. No one wants to reduce income. Nobody wants to reduce income. That's the money coming in. Do you want to reduce your income? Nobody wants to reduce income. I like English, but sometimes I hate it a little. Well, I'm trying to give you challenging things, sentences. The Ielts test is more difficult than what I'm giving you now. Government has earned 1.9 on defense. Yeah, okay, it's possible. It needs to reduce its. All right, everyone's just guessing. I'm going to put the answer here. Spent and spending. The government has spent. So that's the outgoing. That's what the money going out. $1.9 billion on defense this year alone. It needs to reduce its defense spending. So I told you spending is a noun. And here I am using it. Spent and spending. If we go back to which slide? That would have been 1 hour ago. Everyone forgot in 1 hour. It's going to be slide 27. Let's take a look. So here we have spend money, spend, present, spent, past tense, and the last one, spending as a noun. Whoops. I went ahead too early. It needs more focus. Yeah, well, these are random sentences. If you're actually doing an IELTS test, you're going to have more words and context. I'm just throwing up random sentences on the screen. Don't worry about it. So, sleepwalker. Number 9. It is frustrating to see YouTubers with no talent or skills earn of money. Sleepwalker was cheating. Let's see who else cheated. It is frustrating to see YouTubers with no talent or skills earn. And here we go. We already see Eunice. You're gonna get your band 5, but because of everyone else who came early to the video, they're gonna get their band 7. And we want to use vast sums or vast amount. You can say sums of money, but we want to use vast, a lot of money. Palavi's here. So yeah, Eunice, there you go. That's the difference between coming late, coming early. I already upgraded everyone's score. And number 10, the last one. This is a this is a difficult one. Though these solutions are relatively blank, people are reluctant to give money to African aid projects. Good luck. What does that mean? What does what mean? Vast amounts. What did I use? Vast sums or sums with an S or amounts with an S? Always with an S. Though these solutions are relatively expensive, people are reluctant to give money to African aid projects. Hmm. Grammatically, expensive works, but you really have to know what the sentence is saying, especially with the though. So, because of uh, exorbitant, no. Pallavi came late, so I'm not going to reteach the lesson. You can watch it again later. Expensive, exorbitant. You have to understand what this sentence is trying to say. They tricked you. All right. If you put expensive or exorbitant, you got tricked. Though these solutions are relatively blank, people are reluctant to give money to African aid projects. And we will give band 9 to Mernawati. Inexpensive. Let's talk about it. Why? So it is saying, uh, so we got to imagine there's some problem in Africa. They need aid. They need money or for some project. So, but the solution to their problem is not expensive. It can be cheap. So they need help. The solution to their problem is not expensive. So what the sentence is saying, though the solutions are inexpensive, people are reluctant to give money. So it's expensive, but still people do not want to give money to African aid projects. So that's what it's trying to say. And that was difficult. So yeah, you got to be careful. Inexpensive. I said that too. You just copied Mernawati. Anna Maria, I seen you copying Mernawati everything tonight. I think IELTS is very hard. Well, Pallavi, don't think of IELTS as hard. Think of Just think of I have to improve my level. Your goal, most people's goal is not to get band 9. Your goal is not to get perfect. You need band 6, band 6.5, band 7. That is your need for what you want to do in the future. So if you are studying and you want to understand 100% of the IELTS test, uh, that's going to take years. But you don't need to understand everything. You just need you just got to increase your level. Keep increasing your level. So reluctant means hesitant to give money. Yes. So there's a lot of important words here that you might not know. You might not understand solutions. You might not understand relatively. I'm not going to teach all these words in this live stream. Sorry. And you might not understand reluctant. So you're going to have a lot of vocabulary you don't understand. And this is how they get you. This is how they trick you to put the wrong answer. I thought we only have to use words that you had taught. I taught inexpensive 1 hour ago. Don't you remember? We taught expensive, inexpensive. Yeah. Sorry. Again, with IELTS, you're going to read a paragraph, and there are going to be a lot of words you do not understand. I promise you. They designed the test again to overwhelm you, to give you information. Too much information, a lot of information you don't understand exactly. This is the design of the test. They're not going to make it easy for you. IELTS rocks. There you go. All right, there's your homework. Write some sentences using the new vocabulary in the comment section of this video. You take any of the words you had problems with, start writing sentences. Also practice writing money, how to express a large amount of money or numbers, like $1.2 million. Please check your grammar, spelling, grammar, and punctuation before you post. That is your homework. And I have to increase my vocabulary. That's the point of this lesson. What did we achieve by this lesson? First of all, we achieved listening, improving your listening skills, because for an hour and a half, you had to listen to me. You improved your listening skills. We have a gain right there. Also, we improved our vocabulary. Our knowledge of vocabulary increased a little bit. All the words in this lesson, are we masters of these words? No, we're not. We need to start practicing them, and we practice them. And when we read more, we're gonna see these words. We're gonna understand them better. And what else did we gain? We gained community, a sense of community. We get to know each other a little more, and that makes it more fun. All right. Thank you, Anna Maria. Sometimes specific words change meaning. So if you don't understand the whole phrase, it's easy to make a mistake. Yeah, Sleepwalker. And they will design the test knowing, oh, we can trick people on this question. So, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Of course, the more vocabulary you know, the better you're going to score on a test. So start reading. Start listening. Thank you. Thank you. This channel is the most inexpensive way to learn. Yes. Yes, it is. Is it okay if we speak every day using high-level vocabulary? Good question. Let's go back to the beginning. Here, let's take a look at our list. Number one, salary. Yeah, we're going to use that when you're talking to your friend. What's your salary? Income. Yes. Expensive. Earn money, make money, spend money. 1 to 6. If you're talking about money, you're going to use that with your friend, your family, or in a formal situation. Number 7, profit. That's more of a business word with companies. Debt. Everyone has debt. That's casual speaking. Vast sums. That's a little more formal. And exorbitant. That's a big word. Yes, you can use that, but probably not with your friends and family. But you can. But let's go back to the homework. I highly encourage everyone to do the homework. Come back tomorrow, do the homework. Okay, just quickly review. I think I just did. Yes. Okay, bye, Lavanya. And yeah, I saw your message, Sleepwalker. I'll check that immediately after this live stream. Teacher, can't you give us another type of homework except writing examples because it's very boring? Well, Pallavi, Pallavi, you do not have to do the homework. This is the homework of the IELTS video. This video is for people who want to improve their IELTS score. So Pallavi, if you're not interested in IELTS, you don't have to do the homework. But Pallavi, if you are interested in IELTS, do the homework. You don't choose the homework you do. This is the homework I give you. And if you have a teacher who's willing to check your homework, to teach you and check your homework for free, wow, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. As everyone else here understands. Yeah. Don't worry, Pallavi's a little young. We could forgive her. Learning English with Robin is inexpensive. We can spend less money to get IELTS tests, especially for students who don't have incomes or good salaries. Yeah. So learning English with Robin is inexpensive. So we can spend less money to get IELTS tests. Well, you got IELTS spelling wrong. I would say we could spend less money preparing for an IELTS test. And then everything else is okay. Preparing for an IELTS test. All right, I'm going to end up, stop commenting. I'm going to finish this live stream in about a minute, 30 seconds. Doing IELTS, okay. Yes. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And I guess James will be back tomorrow for his live stream. So I'll check your homework. Right. Thank you, James. Here we go. I'll check your homework after this live stream. AK videos. Oh, you're so late. Take care, everyone. Do your homework.